Hello there, it is Tishy and me. I was forgiven for last night's insulting her, so she didn't want to be out here. And she was out today, just about going on 5, saying, "Okay, Nana, I think it's time." You're just such a good kitty. Such a good kitty. Okay, well, welcome to Living in the Light. I'm so glad that you're with me today, and I hope that you will be able to relax and renew a little bit and take a load off, and hopefully come out of it a little lighter than you came in. Today we're going to be talking about one moment in time. We've been doing a lot of time stuff, but time is the stuff life is made of. And what we do with our time actually becomes our life in the end. So how do you want that to look? Before we do that, so what I'm going to do today, we're going to do a couple things. I told you yesterday that we would go over the happiness quiz we did and see, so if there's areas where you didn't feel you were happy, what you might be able to do to turn that around. Of course, I don't know what areas didn't make you happy, but it's all going to come out okay. Now, I haven't said this in a long time, but I would certainly suggest to you, if you like the videos, you want to let me know, you can always click on the like button. I will also be putting it up on YouTube. And when it goes up on YouTube, there is a subscribe. There's a little banner thing that says, a shield that says subscribe. That way you won't miss a video. Like if I'm off schedule or something, it'll let you know when I've done a video. Okay. And also, please, I apologize. I cannot see your comments when I am doing this. And I know I keep saying I'm going to work on it, but I got this backup of stuff I'm working on, but it's coming along very nicely. I finished, for most rights and purposes, my Christmas decorating today, but it's not ready for you to see yet. So maybe tomorrow I will be able to put on my portal when we visit, and you'll be able to get the big picture of my place. I don't know, I'll have to do some fixing up to get to that point. I've got boxes that have to be sent out to folks and stuff like that. It kind of makes it cluttery. You know I don't like cluttery. Alrighty, well, let's start as we always do with the National Day calendar. And there was a large number of items on that today, so I just picked a few that for me were outstanding that I wanted to share. You can always go to the nationaldaycalendar.org and read about them yourselves, and if you like to explore it a little further. So today on the National Calendar Day, it is Computer Security Day. And hopefully you've got a program in your computer that will stop it from being invaded with viruses, antivirus programs, and keep it updated. And there are other things that we can and really should do that we can do. Now, a couple of those are being very careful what you click on. Like I've found where people will just send me a link, like even in a private message, and it may even have the name of someone I know. In that case, generally, I'll ask the person, or I won't open that link. Did you send this to me? And very often, they did not. So be very careful what you click on. Also, I do not, I'd read about this a long time ago and just decided that was going to be my habit. There are some things that go around and say, oh, take this quiz and see what your answer is, and then send it to everyone you know, and send it back to me. These things are ways that people farm or gather not only our information on Facebook, but that of all of our friends. So if you get a bunch of stuff and you go, where's that coming from? You know? The other one, another one, is I know we all want to feel that we are ever so attractive, and there's many people who just want to be with us, to date us, to, you know, how many times as I don't know what guys get out. Well, actually I know, because I've gotten some guy things, because the name Leslie, so if it's just Reverend Leslie, it's both a male and female name, so you wouldn't know what you had going there. But what was I going to say? So you will get these things about they want to be your friend. I noticed your profile. I get these right. I'll do a video and it'll be in my video. Oh, I loved your video and I saw it and you look like such a nice person and I'd really like to be your friend and we can get to know each other better. And sorry, I ain't clicking on that. A new way they have of reaching people is by going and clicking on many things. Like they'll get into your profile and then they'll click on a bunch of stuff, like they're terribly interested in everything you post and have to say, and they may put comments or thumbs up or anything like that. Just be careful, okay? I remember before, I don't know if they still do it or not, if I've gotten past that, but you'll be trying to work a new program or something, and all of a sudden this thing comes up and it like jiggles like this, so you can't keep track of it, and it'll say, danger, danger, your computer has been compromised, you know, and what they want you to do is call this number where they're going to, for like anywhere from $400 to $3,000, they're going to fix the problem, which is not a problem. I slipped into one of those once, but I never got to the money point. What I do now is if I reach something, and sometimes you think you're downloading a very valid program, and I read things and I check things, and every once in a while they attach something to a program. So if that happens, shut down your computer immediately. Close it, shut it down, leave it off for a while before you turn it back on. You do not need any extra stuff. And if your computer acts weird, take it to the computer doctor. Okay. And also if you send one of those things that says, I did this on this quiz, you do it and then post what you got, let me know. I don't do those. Okay, it is National Day of Giving, or Giving Tuesday. And there are so many ways to give. You don't have to think twice to look around, whether it's on a person-to-person level or there's an organization you want to support. This is really a good time to do it. We just celebrated what we have received on Thanksgiving. We gave thanks for it. Now let's share the wealth. And when you give, like to giving money, don't give till it hurts, give till it feels good. And Spirit will guide you in what the right amount is. You can do foods for food baskets or soup kitchens. You can donate items 1 year, all during Advent in the church that I served. Actually, I did it more than once. We collected teddy bears, and we left them in the church, sitting in the pews. And when people would come into the service, they would hold a teddy bear. And they would be filling it up with love. And then when it was over, we would donate them. Now, at one time, you could donate them to hospitals, and that's a no-no now. But we donated the last batch, which was when I was already in Connecticut. It was probably around 2015 or something. The church did it. Well, no, it wasn't that, because I'd already closed the church. How time flies. It was maybe 2000, I don't know, 7 or 8. We donated bags of teddy bears, and we donated them to a place, the court system, where children that have to testify or, be in court for whether it's custody or whatever it is. And they give them a stuffed animal to comfort them as they're doing that. That was wonderful. So there's just so many ways to give. Give what you got. Give the good stuff. Don't just give the junk. Okay, it is also, and this is a thing that is very close to my heart. It is National Meth Awareness Day. They're having huge problems with addiction. I've lost family members, whether it's alcoholism or whatever it is, to addiction. And this year alone, there were 100,000 overdose deaths in the United States. This year alone. Can you imagine? And we don't even look at them. And like I always say, you want to look to cause. Look to cause. Don't look at them and say they're no good drug addicts. They just want to get high. They might have wanted to get high once, but then it takes over their life. And it's just horrible. It's like some people die once. Addicts die every day a little. And the reason that I'm emphasizing meth in this case is that meth is is probably the most addictive substance. And when people think they're just going to try it, someone talks them into trying it. Remember that thing? It's what they still do with cable TV. First one's free, get a free month, get 3 free months, and then they got you. That's what they're counting on. But with meth, it takes very little to get someone. I have I know she wouldn't mind me sharing this because she is very much into her recovery, and my beloved daughter had become addicted to meth, and she was addicted for a very long time, and her life was very poor and very sad, and she had to come to the decision. You cannot make someone stop an addiction. You can try, but for the most success, that person has to know that this is it. They've had enough. Sometimes it is. Sometimes they backslide. But if you have anyone in your family who is in addiction, love them through it. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. Doesn't matter what the addiction is. Love them through it. And know that if you cannot condemn them, the more you condemn them, put them down, whatever, is the greater chance you're going to hurt them and keep them from recovery. So I always love and appreciate your prayers. I know my daughter does too. She is doing a great job after many years, and it's a struggle. Addicts struggle every day. You ever quit smoking? That's an addiction. I quit smoking over 45 years ago. But you know what? Sometimes, especially if I get really upset, I can almost want that, which I don't want to ever go there again. But please, do not be so quick to judge someone with addiction. Do whatever you can to help. And when I say help, I do not mean enable. I mean empower them to healing. Do what you can to heal. Do not, do not let them have you supporting their addiction. Oh, that was heavy. I didn't expect to get there. So today, I've been thinking lately, probably because we were doing time stuff, and I was in jazzercise the other morning. My sister and I go to the loft in the campground office, and we turn on our jazzercise because they have it still for remote because we're still dealing with COVID, and we feel safer and better doing it that way. So we were exercising, and I thought about some of the tough times in my life. Times, divorces, loss when people have died, or when I've been under stress. with my work or anything like that. And I think I've told you before, my daughter-in-law said to me, she said, I admire the way that you are able to pick up and keep going. But when I was thinking about that in jazzercise the other day, I didn't want to be in class the other day, okay? I was feeling funky. I just didn't want to be there. And sometimes we get upset about the world situation, but you have to go. You have to do whatever helps you, whether you feel like it or not. In recovery, they have a thing called 1 day at a time. That means you get through it 1 day at a time. And this is the way it works. Yes, we are gentle with ourselves and we love ourselves through a lot of our challenges, and we give ourselves a time period. This is my grieving period. This is my recovery period. And then we have to nudge ourselves out of it before it becomes a life-sucking rut. And so I encourage you to, when you don't feel like doing something, move forward. Do it anyway. You may go to class, exercise class. You might go out and run. You might go to the gym. You might go out socially and talk to other people. Sometimes, it always just amazed me in church where someone would disappear from church. And you don't want to go tracking them down. You check in on them. Are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm doing okay. Well, very often you found out, of course, those of us who are like me would say, oh, I must have said something. I must have did something. No, that's usually not what it is. And if you want to think that, you're not going to be able to get to the core of what's going on for the person. But you try to find out. And what I found out is people would walk away from the church when they needed it the most, when we had the support, we had the counseling, we had, but it's like I think they didn't want to taint their church experience with their pain. But if we look at churches as hospitals for wounded souls to come and heal, and yeah, you go to service and everybody's singing and having a great time and clapping at the service if you're doing a good job. And everything seems wonderful, and it's very hard to know that there's probably 50% of the people in that room are dealing with stuff they don't want to have to deal with. But you gotta move on, keep taking a step forward, because we are our very best cheerleader. We are the ones that can get ourselves out of it. And that brings me to the happiness rating scale from yesterday. And I decided I wanted to just kind of touch on them real quick and see if you answered that it was a false instead of a true. To look at it, for example, if you entered false, and I am basically happy with who I am, and you could not say yes, well then you really have to ask why. And first of all, you can't point your finger at it's somebody else's fault, it's your job, it's this, it's that, it's whatever. And because you're the one that chose that as a general rule. So you want to look at, well, why am I not happy? One of the best things for that, I've shown it to you before, you can look it up online, a life satisfaction wheel, where it's like a pie chart, and you draw a line in each section from the middle being nothing and the outside being 100%. How happy are you in this area of your life? It includes work, it includes relationships, it includes self-esteem, it includes prosperity or financial. So it goes through, all of these things. So if you can find out what is standing in the way of your happiness, then you can deal with it, and you may find it's easier than you think. Okay, I have plenty of good relationships. For a big part of my life, I chased after people. I wanted them to like me. It was hard I was very small, and I can hardly believe I'm saying it, but very skinny, big teeth. And some kids would make fun of me. And that made me so fearful. And I had people hurt my feelings a lot, and I shrank back, and I wasn't having good relationships because what I was trying to do is, instead of enjoying the people that liked me, I was trying to get the people that didn't like me to like me. That is insanity. Are you chasing anybody that doesn't particularly like you and you want them to like you? You know what? That's about them. It's not about you. As we say in Unity, what somebody else thinks about you is none of your business. What Spirit and you think about you, that's what it's about. I'm happy with my educational level. Shoot, if you're not happy with your educational level, take a class. And if you get a little older, you can take it very often for free. Keep your mind working. It's very healthy. I am friendly and outgoing. Now, not everybody's friendly and outgoing. A lot of people think because I talk so much and I'm so gregarious that I am like a mega extrovert. I am to a degree, but I also need to come away and be by myself a lot. I'm not a big fan of going to parties and stuff where I don't know a lot of people. I was more outgoing earlier on, but over the years I've just said, you know what, that I'm not really comfortable with that. So as long as you're friendly and kind and open to people, that's a good thing. Here's a very hard one for today. I am mostly positive about the present and optimistic about the future. Someone said the other day, and I had to agree, we are living in such strange and scary times. I've never seen anything like it, and I would tend to agree. But this is where that one moment in time comes in. How are you right this moment? How do you feel about yourself right this moment? How do you feel about your job right this moment? Or your mate? Or your cat? When you take moments where you started to get into fear and dread and the headlines, you must be aware. So I'm not saying don't watch the news, I'm saying don't overindulge in the news. Our thoughts are like bricks. And if we keep our bricks firm, we align with spiritual principle and positive, that makes them healthy bricks, we can build a beautiful temple. But if we are half-heartedly, or like we're saying, I believe that this is all going to work out okay, I believe God is in charge. You can say all you want, but if you don't feel it too, you're not really into it. When you say, I believe that God is going to fix this, I believe that I have help, I believe I am strong enough, I believe I am enough. And the more that we refuse to let this world, the conditions of this world, keep us from church, keep us from the shopping mall, keep us from the movies, then the bullies win. We're in a very bullied time. And I have to say, there's only one way. Well, there's two ways to get rid of a bully. See, it almost got all the way out of my mouth, and Spirit said, don't go there. One of the things is bullies have to be stood up to. Just don't let them get you down. And I mean, sometimes standing up to a bully means standing up, turning your back, and walking away without saying anything. A lot of them do it for attention. If you don't give them attention, they're going to go away. The other way is to turn them into a friend And you cannot turn a bully into a friend if you're going to let them continue to bully you. You have to speak your truth, but you have to speak it with love. Our gun violence is so high because some people are living under an illusion that a gun will keep them safer, and that if that person was off the planet, they could be happier. It doesn't work that way. If you could shoot your perceived, and I say perceived enemy, if you could shoot him in a hot minute, there would be someone else coming down the pike with those exact qualities. Because you are here to learn. We're all here to learn. And one of the things we have to learn more than anything right now is how to get along. Now, I did not get any very far with that. I did want to move down one more. One more says, I seek new experiences. Please, they're out there. Try them. If you're from Moodus, we've got the high school doing the play The Christmas Carol. Go see it, especially if you've never seen it. Now, the other one is the one that we're questioning a lot today. I live in a country where my individual rights are protected, and I have ample access to services. That is in question, but when we affirm it, when we say, I do, this is the truth of my being, and when we are an active participant in working within our leadership, we are a part of positive change. We all want to be agents of positive change. And again, it's uncomfortable, it's inconvenient, and it's absolutely critical that we stay loving, kind, positive. And when we've got that person in our face telling us what we should do, you're not going to change anybody that doesn't want to get vaccinated, okay? It's not going to happen. And we have to pray that they don't get sick, because if they get sick, they're going to spread it. So, see, they say that sometimes the way we pray, we pray for someone to get what's coming to them. But they say that's like drinking poison and hoping the other person's going to die. If you really want to be helpful, remember Martin Luther King's words, you've heard me say them many times, that hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can drive out hate. You may not be able to be affectionate, but you can be polite. One moment. For this one moment in time, I'd like to challenge you to take a piece of paper or Post-its. Take a bunch of Post-its and write on them one moment in time. Put one on your bathroom, your medicine cabinet mirror. Put one next to your TV. Put one by your telephone. And it would say, one moment in time. And in that moment, when you look at that Post-it, you say, where am I? Is this what I want my whole life to be like? Because if I don't turn around and keep my thoughts positive, even if you're experiencing a negative situation, you look to the cause so you can change the effect. And then you'll find everything falls into place. Well, I hope you enjoyed that today, and I will try to hit on some of those other happiness questions maybe during the week. So in the meantime, have a beautiful evening, be good to yourself, and remember, your evening as your days as your life are all made up of moments. One moment in time at a time. I hope I'll see you again soon. Till then, have a great day. Bye-bye.